Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today is a pretty nice day. It's not raining for once, so that's a win in my book. We are doing a lot today. We are going to start out with picking up the tailgate for the Dirty Max. You may have noticed, my more astute viewers may have noticed that the tailgate has been missing for a while. What happened was I was hauling some stuff, and I don't even remember what the hell it was, and I think I dropped a trailer hitch off from whatever, I don't know what I was doing. And it left a huge gash in the tailgate, the outside of the tailgate. I know, I hurt my baby. And it was like paint missing and really bad. So I didn't want that to get rusty and it just looked terrible. So I wanted to get that fixed. It is at Carl's Auto Body. Now, if you have been with the channel for a long time, you may remember Carl's Auto Body from when I damaged my truck back in the day from off-roading. I slid the truck down an embankment into a tree. We're gonna do that quick, and then we will come back here for some Corrado action. Forgot to show you guys the mighty heart of my Volkswagen Corrado, and it is in fact a VR6, as I think I stated. It's got some modifications, including blue wires. I know that's definitely adds some power there, definitely does. A Spectre intake, the Pep Boy Special. And I mean, zip ties. Zip ties are a sure sign that your car is making a lot of ponies. And some other stuff. Looks like it's got an exhaust on it of some kind. Sounds like it too. But you know, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's a running, driving Corrado for 2,500 bucks. It does make me realize though how lucky I am to have gotten that one for $1,000. When you consider, I mean, 2,500, 1,000, that one is mint, completely freaking mint condition, as you can see. So yeah, very happy to have mine. I only needed a few minor things to get it roadworthy. That is going to take a lot of work to get on the road, but luckily that's not my problem. Got that new starter in the truck installed as well, and it sounds a lot different than the old one. It's a lot quicker too. Yeah, still got the odometer thing. I'm not really sure how to fix it, but and I haven't read the comments from last night's upload because I'm still filming this today. This is gonna go live tomorrow, but I talked about it in the upload that will go live tonight for me in real time. So I'm gonna look at some ideas and hopefully you guys have a fix for it. I haven't looked it up online yet either. But yeah, I don't know, it's really weird and totally random. Like I just driving along one day and all of a sudden my odometer just screws up. I haven't really heard of that happening before. I don't know why. It's totally random why it would break. And you know, this truck is super reliable. Nothing ever breaks on it. And it's not like it's a big deal. I don't really care. It's weird. All right, and here we are at Carl's Auto Body in Lingelstown, PA. Oh, and there is the tailgate. Looks nice. Look at that, good as new, good as new. They even were able to take this off and reuse it so I didn't have to buy a new one, which I told them not to worry about it because it's only like 30 bucks on Amazon, but yeah. Look at that, brand new paint, that brand new silver birch metallic, that's the color.
It's good.
Okay. Well, hell, now you got my tailgate looking better than the rest of my truck. I'm gonna have to have you yeah, it still it matches the quarter panel that you did. Yeah, I bashed my truck into a tree about 2 years ago and I brought it over here to get fixed. So there is your Dirty Max update for the day. And the tailgate really is looking great. I mean, you can't really, it's not gonna show up on camera, but it looks really, really good. The paint, you can tell the difference in quality between this paint and this paint is actually better, which is kind of funny. Also take this freaking U-Haul trailer hitch out of here. It's a Harbor Freight hitch, I think, which may be better or worse than a U-Haul hitch, but I don't need that after hauling the Corrado. Take that off. But yeah, happy to have the tailgate back and the truck is looking good. I stopped, did a quick wash as well on it just to clean it up. I'm actually gonna repaint this bumper because you can see that is what also created the scratch from the tailgate itself. Now you can see there it also damaged the bumper and it's rusting a little bit, which to be honest, I'm surprised these Road Armor bumpers have held up as well as they have. You know, most most steel bumpers, aftermarket bumpers, rust really quickly after a while, and these are going on their second basically 2.5 years of use. And again, I do live in the north. I live in Pennsylvania, so a lot of bad, the last 2 winters we had were really bad, so a lot of bad weather, a lot of salt, and they've done well. So yeah, the paint is starting to let go, and it's getting a little bit rusty, but I can't really even complain about it because it's held up great for the time that I've had it. Never mind doing work on the truck. Now, for a little information about the Corrado, things have not gone well, boys. Things have not gone well. I was driving the car again on a longer drive for a video, and I'll show you that footage now. All right, first official drive in the Corrado. Off to a good start. So the Volkswagen Corrado. First, a little history lesson that nobody asked for. Well, the Volkswagen Corrado was a car that Volkswagen Audi Group produced. I'm just making things up. Well, some of the stats are true. In the early 90s, early kind of to mid 90s, and they only produced the car for a couple of years. And the reason why is because pretty simply it was way too expensive at the time. I think brand new, a VR6, so Corrado like SLC, was like 18 grand or something like that, and that was in 1992 and 1993 and 4. So 18,000 bucks was a lot of money. I mean, 18 grand today is still kind of like not that cheap. I mean, for a brand new car, it's pretty cheap, but there's a lot of new cars you can get under 18 grand, so it was expensive. Now, that's not to say it wasn't really worth it. It's just that, you know, the people who wanted one couldn't really afford it. That's a big problem. It's a big problem you see today with cars like the Civic Type R, right? Like a lot of kids would buy a Civic Type R, but it's like 40,000 bucks, a Civic Type R. So they can't, the people that want it can't even afford it. There's another great example that I'm forgetting of a car like that. But anyway, the Corrado was a good car. It was kind of a mishmash of kind of like, it was kind of like a Frankenstein car. It had parts from a Jetta, a Passat, a GTI, a Golf. So it was a lot of different things, but it really came together well in a really nice package. And it's one of the reasons why this car today is revered as something like cool and something really good, because it actually is pretty damn good to drive. I mean, this is a really rickety, like beaten to death one, and it still drives like really nice. And keep in mind, I got this for 2,000 bucks. So when I say like rickety and bad, it's not good. Church the tires. There's that gear. It's a little bit weird to find the gears in this. I haven't grinded one yet, but the throws are a little bit different than like a modern manual. But yeah, it drives really nice. And what's shocking is I have an automatic one. If you're new to the channel, I don't know how bad the audio is. I wanted to have the windows down because it's a really hot day, but I guess I'll just suffer. This window's a little tricky. It doesn't work all the time. What was I saying? Oh, about the surprising thing is, if you're new to the channel, I have an automatic. I have a 93 automatic one, and that's actually why I bought this car, to put the manual into that auto one, because my auto is much better than this car. It's like showroom quality, except for I don't like the trans. But what's surprising is, this one feels a lot faster with the manual than the automatic does. And people told me like the auto was a dog, but you know, how much difference can a transmission really make? Well, it makes a big difference in this car. Big difference in this car, I can tell you, but the manual trans is really nice to drive, I have to say. Now again, it sounds more rickety than it is just because of the car, but like, I'm in second now, do a little pull. And it's really, really nice. It's very smooth, the clutch is easy and light, but does provide feedback. I really like it. It's pretty nice to drive, I have to say. And you know, I feel like back in the day, this must have been a pretty quick car, because it's not, I mean, by today's standards, it's slow. I bet you, even today, I bet you this would spank a BRZ. I would love to race an FRS or a BR, whatever they're calling it now, an 86. I bet this would walk it. As I'm learning the trans, I'm liking it even more. Like, the interior quality's pretty good. I mean, the plastics now are creaking and cracking all over the place, but they're not bad to touch. And the steering wheel is really nice. I think that's a highlight of the interior, is the steering wheel. That's really nice. But you know, it's a pretty solid car. Like, I could totally see how this back in the day would be like the shit to have. Like, if you were a young kid with one of these in the early 90s, you were balling. Unfortunately, my RPM gauge does not work. My gas gauge has completely zero. It's reading completely zero. So I'm hoping that doesn't work either. Otherwise, I'm out of gas. And engine temp is reading 180, which I feel like is a little low for a VW, which they run about 200 on a 90-degree day. So I don't think that works either. Well, I hope the cops don't get behind me because I have no license plate at all. The handle's pretty good too. I mean, it's a really fun little car. I like it. We've got no gas. I think the car's off. Yeah, the car's definitely off. Okay, well, wait a minute. I'm just gonna pull off here. Yeah, we've got no power steering. Oh boy, hello. Oh, I'm doing fine. Don't worry about me. Okay. Well, here we are. All right, cool. Of course, like I break down on this fucking turn that is the road is so tight. Like I couldn't break down on a major road where I have a whole lane basically on the edge to sit in. I'm in this shit. All right, well, what do we got here? Do we see anything standing out as like horrible and that would cause the car to die? The battery looks pretty new. Could be the starter. Could be the starter. If the starter is completely dead. Well, there you go. Owning a Volkswagen 101, boys. Owning a Volkswagen 101. She is dead. Hopefully it's nothing big. Leave a comment below telling me what you think it could be, and hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a great night.